Hi everyone and welcome back to Sparkles, the show where we prove that crafting truly gets messy. So today I thought I would do a test and review of these markers. It's the Ohuhu Metallic marker pens, 10 colors. They're available on Amazon. Now I'm not 100% convinced that these are actually what they're labeled as. But I thought we'd open them up, give them a test, and see how they work. So what I have here is a piece of white cardstock, and I've actually just glued a piece of black cardstock in the same size to the back. I want to test them on both because these supposedly write on black, and I'm going to store this right in with the pens so that I know what it looks like. I find that really helps me. So we've got these, because I find that if I've got them where I can see the colors, then it's a lot easier for me to make a decision. So we're just gonna line these up. Now on the back here, there is a tiny little color gauge. So I am going to try to match that, and we will see how we progress. I'm just gonna question if these are numbered at all. Oh, they might be. So if you look here, see that -1? That one there, oh yes, -3, so they are most definitely numbered. So that helps. That makes it a lot easier. I just want to double check that the number 56, 9, yeah, 9's an option. 2, 5, 0, that makes sense. 35, yep, so, well, 35 definitely doesn't look like the gray it's pictured as. Let's find out. Okay, let's test these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a nice little box. Give it a good color in, and beside that I will label the number. So pretty decent going down there. In terms of reflective, no, they're wet. They're kind of making the paper a little juicy. I don't know if you can see that. You're tearing up the paper a bit, so you'd have to go light with this. Now let's see it on black. Oh, these are made much better for black. They're more reflective, and they're not chewing up the paper the same way, or at least there's not that. I don't know if you can actually see with the camera. There's a little bit of a tonal difference. The center and the outside are not quite the same. So it's not my favorite, but let's see where we go from here. So that's number 1. Here's number 2. For pink. So that one there did better on the paper, I think. If you take a look. Yeah, I think that did a little bit better on the paper. Not so good on the black though. That is, I mean, it's coming out a bit, but I'm not super impressed with that on black. So, now I have worked with these a little bit in a coloring book, which was recycled paper. So it was not white, not black, fairly cheap quality paper, and I really didn't like them there. They were far too wet for that. They just destroyed the paper, but the paper was really cheap. So that's number 3, which is a blue. I'm neutral on that. That's not bad actually. 3's not bad. It's not the highest contrast, but for a little bit of sparkle, I could definitely see it. Number 4 here. So like I said, I didn't love them in adult coloring, but like I said, the quality of the paper I was using was not great. And I was wondering if I could use these to add just a little bit of zhuzh to cards to see if, you know, if I wanted to add in, say, little snowflakes or a little sparkle, a little texture, how they would turn out. And you know what? They are definitely standing out on the black. Some better than others. I'm just liking them a decent amount on the white. I do wish they were a little bit more metallic. The colors are kind of... I am not 100% sold on this color mixture either. But it looked interesting online. And so these were in the $10 to $12 range when I got them. So that's 5, and 5 is supposed to be a green. It's pretty green there. Not so green looking on the black at all. Some of these really change on the black. Then we've got 6. After 6, it looks like we start skipping numbers a little. So this one here is supposed to be a purple. Ooh, that's a nice purple though. That's got some decent possibility. I do like that. And they're nice and juicy. They definitely have a passable tip. Let's see if you can see it against this card maybe. Let's see. Yeah, so a decently fine tip. You know, they're not the finest, but for what I'm thinking of, they'll do quite nicely. And I could probably do a little coloring and highlighting with them as well. Especially on something like a Christmas card. So this is 8, because it skips a number. 8 is supposed to be like a gray or a silver. Which, if we look over here, yes, much better on white. And 9's a darker color. There you go. 9. I'm really not sure how this one's going to turn up on black being so dark, but there is a bit of difference between 8 and 9. That's cool. Now, this one is 35. On here, 35 looks to be that color. On the tip, it looks to be kind of green. So I'm curious to see what 35 is going to turn out to be. Fairly green. But that is a nice color for like just adding a little something to leaves, especially with a little bit of 5 in there. Yeah. And finally 0, which is supposed to be white. So white on white, I'm not expecting much, and I got practically nothing. So not worth the ink on white. But let's see what we can do on black here. Do you need to develop or something? Oh, there's some white coming up. What is this? I mean, I know this is a water-based pigment. What is it doing? Where'd see that go? So it does seem to be turning whiter as the water evaporates. It's kind of still a little streaky, a little chalky. But you know what? It kind of reminds me of like chalk on a blackboard, which could be a really cool effect. The only thing is you can't see it being laid down, which makes it a little hard to plan. But I kind of like that. So, here you go. All 10 colors on black and all 10 on white. And just to be curious, so even developed, yeah, that white, you can sort of see, almost see that there's a little bit of a something there, but I don't love it. But that might work very well on some nice colored cards, that white, with the way it develops. But it really does remind me of like a chalkboard, or mind you, that one feels different on the paper. I know I went over it twice, but it makes the paper feel very rough. So I wonder if there's some amount of bleach component to that, and if there is, or what could be causing that. And if there is it hurting the quality of the paper? I might have to further test that one, just with that change in texture. Oh, and it happened here too. Yeah, I can definitely feel that spot. Okay, so yes, like I said, that is these markers, and they're available on Amazon. And I hope you enjoyed this. You can always give me some feedback. Let me know. Have you tried these? And if you have, what did you think of them? Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. And as always, take a little bit of time to take care of yourself.